Hey everybody, Q Paul here.
And Linda, hi.
So we're at an all-inclusive, which is not unusual for us because you've seen us at all-inclusives before. We absolutely love them. This one's unusual because of where this all-inclusive is.
It is in Key Largo, Florida.
An all-inclusive in the United States. I didn't even know they existed until very recently. When we learned about this one, I said, we got to check it out. I want to compare it to, what we're used to. Normally, we're at all-inclusives in Mexico or Dominican Republic or even Costa Rica. How does this one compare? So the name of this resort is Bungalows Key Largo. It's an all-inclusive, adults-only resort. In fact, you have to be 21 years of age to stay here. It's on a 12-acre property, and it has 135 individual bungalows. So you have 900 square feet of interior and exterior room to work with. The rooms are very nice. You have this outside area with privacy where you have a shower out here where you could shower after you come back from the beach. There's a small tub.
Like a soaking tub.
Yeah, like a soaking tub. It'd have been cooler if it was a jacuzzi.
Yeah, that would have been fun.
You definitely have enough privacy here that, your neighbors aren't going to be looking at you.
I think you got spoiled because in Mexico, a lot of the hotels that were all-inclusive had the jacuzzi tubs in the room or on the balcony. So you got a little spoiled.
I got very spoiled. I got very used to a jacuzzi tub. And when I first saw the tub, I was like, oh, there's no. So let's start with what people always wonder about, and that is the beach, getting in the water.
Well, it's the Florida Keys, so there's not like a lot of beach in the Florida Keys. It's mostly like rocky, coral and all that. So they have a couple areas where you can get in the water, but not like you would think like this huge beach. But
no, yeah, you have a little man-made beach where you can sit, and there's plenty of chairs. That's one thing I really liked about this place. Another thing I want to point out before I forget is you did not have to have a towel card. It's not like they issued you 2 towels and they're counting these towels.
Yes.
Very easy to get towels. I did like that.
Nice. That is nice. There is a sun pool for like a more quiet environment.
Yeah, it was a little too quiet for us, so we spent our time at the other pool, which is a decent size. It's not huge or anything, and it is a small hot tub, a little jacuzzi area at least, a public jacuzzi area.
And all the pools are heated.
All the pools are heated, which was a nice factor. And you might be like, all right, it's Florida. Do I really need a heated pool? Yeah, I think you did sometimes. So let's go ahead and move on to food. Linda and I are big foodies. We choose resorts generally by food quality. So that's a big factor for us. So let's talk about food.
So they have 3 real restaurants. They have Fishtails. That's open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Then they have Si Senor, which is a Mexican restaurant.
And it's not C as in yes, it's C as in...
Yeah, ocean.
The ocean, S-E-A.
S-E-A. And then they have their specialty restaurant, which is Bogey and Bacal's. Now, that restaurant you can only go to, or it's only included if you stay 4 nights or more.
Yeah. That's definitely their high-end...
If you stay less than that, then you have, or if you want to go more than once, you can only go once if you stay, I don't know, I guess per stay.
I guess.
And if you want to go again, then it's $300.
Wow.
To go again.
We'll start right there with their top end one. I thought the food was very good. I really liked the quality of the filet I had. Excellent quality on that. I was a big fan of the escargot. They were in mushroom caps. They were absolutely phenomenal. I was very happy with everything that I had there. We elected to stay 4 nights, so that was all part of it.
Yeah.
Would I pay $300 to go there?
I would not.
No, I probably wouldn't pay an extra $300 just to go there. The other restaurants are very good also. Yeah. What were your impressions?
Yeah, the same. I had a couple things that were good. The wedge salad was really delicious, and then the French onion soup. My steak, I didn't love, I think it's just the spice, the flavor that was used on it. So I guess we have very different palates,
Yeah.
So I think that's just a personal thing.
We also went to Fishtails.
Yeah.
So Fishtails has been our go-to place for breakfast. Let's talk about breakfast. That's how we have started.
And it's the only place open for breakfast.
The only place. They have a buffet section that's actually really high quality.
Complete,
yeah, it's very complete. Even has Eggs Benedict. The Eggs Benedict were poached nicely, So the yolk came out. It was really well done. Really like that. They also have a la carte. We got a la carte
pancakes, waffles, eggs, like omelets, stuff like that.
And then lunch, we've done, you got some options with lunch. You can go back to Fishtails, which is very good. What I have been addicted to on this trip is the whole fried fish yellowtail.
Oh yeah, he's been loving that. So we have to go to Fishtails
This
for
thing
lunch.
is, I mean, it was just perfect. It wasn't fishy tasting or anything, and it was just delicious. So this is our last day here, and I'm getting that again.
Oh, for goodness
I
sake.
know you can't stand it. Was it?
Okay,
Another thing
great.
that was really really good was the pizza. So you
Oh
can order
yeah.
food down.
Oh, and the pizza you could order at Fishtails or also by the tiki bar.
Yeah, so the Tiki Bar area is another place you could have lunch. You can get things down there like pizza, wings.
Like wraps, fajita
Yeah,
wraps.
fajita wraps. One more place I want to talk about is the Mexican restaurant because we haven't
Yeah,
talked. That's the Si Senor. So we went to the Mexican restaurant, and when it comes to Mexican food, um, we're very
picky.
picky. I mean, having lived in Mexico for years, and it wasn't our thing.
No, no.
People love it though. A lot of the guests are
Yeah,
like,
people
that's their
love it.
favorite. They want to keep
So
going back.
maybe we just ordered the wrong thing. I don't know.
Maybe we have
We
to go
could
back
go
and
for
try.
lunch.
No, no, I'm getting
They're
up.
open for lunch
No,
too.
no, 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 no. We're doing the Holy Yellowtail.
Okay, you go there, I'll go there.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
And if it changes, you can come back and add it to the end of the
Exactly.
video. So we can't just talk about food without talking about drinks. Some folks like to drink alcohol out there and they want to know what the quality of the alcohol is going to be.
They actually have some really decent. I mean, they have Grey Goose for vodka. They have Kettle One. They have Tito's. They have your bourbon. They have
Yeah, Woodford
like
Reserve.
Angel's Envy, Buffalo Trace. I mean, they
Tequila Lime or Patron and Don Julio's
yeah,
and things. The alcohol quality here was very good.
yeah, very good.
So, you know, if that's something that's important to you, I think you're going to be happy here.
I think another thing, sorry, along with alcohol, wine, the wine selection is really
Wine
good.
drinkers.
And even the beer selection. You know, you go some places and I was expecting they'd have like two beers, but they have like five, six different types of beers.
Yeah, they're not draft. So
no, they're canned.
yeah, but they have everything, which was nice. And I did like the wine quality. I like the cab a lot.
We had Sam as a bartender, and she really is an amazing mixologist.
Yeah.
This was at Hemingway's bar, and just made like variety of drinks. Right,
Yeah.
she makes them all beautiful. Just really, really attentive.
Yeah, she's
and
fantastic.
remembered the drink the next day.
So let's go ahead and talk about price because that's really important. You know, if you're going down to Mexico or Dominican Republic or Costa Rica, you can definitely get a better price. We're talking about the U.S. here. It's just a very different thing. People make a lot more money who work here, different things. Things cost more. So obviously you're going to pay more.
I mean, food costs when you go to restaurants nowadays, they've almost doubled. So, I mean, yeah.
So the room we're staying at, the Garden King Bungalow, that's for two people. So this is from their website. The average nightly rate runs from about $1,100 to $1,300 a night. It's not cheap. It's not a cheap place to stay.
Yeah.
Now, if you go to your waterfront King Bungalows, they quote their prices for those running between $1,900 and $2,100 a night.
Wow.
As far as tips are always important. You should always tip your staff.
Yes. They also, said, the tips are not included in the price. So make sure and tip.
Yeah, I mean, cash is good for, the folks bringing your bags or the cleaning staff for the room.
The valet.
Yeah, the valet. Otherwise, every time you eat or drink anything, they'll bring you a ticket. It's zeroed out. It says what you ate and drank. And, you can kind of base your tip off that, write it on the ticket and at the end, pay all your tips. There is one negative that I do want to throw in here. We didn't talk too much about check-in when we got here. So check-in was 4:00. Now, you already heard how much rooms are, et cetera. This is not a cheap place. We showed up at 2:57, like just over an hour early. The first thing, the gentleman who greets you at the valet, he says, "Your check-in's 4." And I'm like, "Yes." "Maybe you should go somewhere for 30 minutes or so and come back." And I was already like, that just set me off right away that I was like, you spent a lot of money to be here. That annoyed the piss out of me. So we're like, no, can we just stay here? Okay, so we walk in. There's some nice ladies there, and they're like, "Hey, how are you? Shift change coming. You're early. We're going to wait till the next shift comes, and they'll help you." And then they talked with each other and walked around. In Mexico, if you showed up at noon or whatever, whenever you got there, you got there.
Yeah.
And they'd say, "Hey,
go have a drink, go have lunch while your room is ready."
Yeah.
Like if your room wasn't ready.
you can't have your room, but go start enjoying your vacation."
Yeah.
It was complete opposite. So that is something I'd like to see them change. If they watch this.
And I just want to add, like they did have the choice on the website, which says if you want to do an early check-in, from 11 to 4, you pay $300. And then you can use the facilities and drink, have lunch, whatever. And the same for the late checkout. They said if you want to do a late checkout, and I think it was also like 11 to 4, something like that, then you could pay $300.
Yeah, that's something we've never experienced in Mexico either. We would check out of places and they'd allow us to stay to 5 or 6
Yeah.
and you'd leave.
Yeah.
The only time we did see that was at Margaritaville in Costa Rica.
In Costa Rica.
Like, I mean, with the amount of money you're spending, you know, if you're spending over $1,000 or some of these rooms $2,000 a night, if I show up at 2 and I'm having some drinks, are you losing anything?
And I don't think so.
I don't know. That's one thing that I'd like to see them change. So there you have it. That's the Bungalows in Key Largo, one of the few all-inclusive resorts in the U.S. It's just not something you see. We had a great time. Really broke it down in here. Hopefully you found the video useful. If you did, do me a favor and give it a thumbs up. And if you've been to the Bungalows, we'd love to hear from you. You know, just leave us a comment. What were your impressions, etc.? Did you discover the same things we did? Did you have any problem with check-in, those kind of things?
Yeah. And
maybe
we can research to see if there are like any other all-inclusives in the U.S.
You already wanted to go to another all-inclusive?
Well, I know. I'm just saying, like, because
I want to take vacation.
Why not?
We might just take vacations.
I mean, I would love to go to Mexico, but we're kind of like, right now, it's difficult for us to do a lot of traveling. So
yeah, we're looking after an aging parent, so we're in the States a lot more than we used to be.
So that's why we're looking for little options that that would be fun as well, but not so far.
So if you like videos like this too, you might want to subscribe to the channel because we'll be doing some more of these with this channel.
All right.
So until next time.
Hasta luego.
Hasta luego.